going on? Kyle-chan here, and I'm here to bring you guys my Leave Me Alone, I'm watching an anime tag video that Britt tagged me in quite a bit ago. I didn't do it up until now because, quite honestly, I just wasn't in the mood to make a video, and for me personally, if I'm not in the mood to make a video, it becomes a chore, and I don't want to feel that way when I'm making a video. So this is the one I'm going to give you guys today. Hope you guys enjoy it. There are 10 questions, and I'm just going to get straight into it. The first question is, if you could step into the life of one anime character for 24 hours, who would it be and what would you do? I had a difficult time with this question only because I've seen so many different anime series and there are just so many characters that I would love to be for 24 hours. So I narrowed it down to 2 different characters for totally different reasons. So the first character that I chose was Kuroha, who is Selisao number 11 in Eden of the East. If you've never seen Eden of the East, basically it's about these people that are in this life or death game where they are given lots of money and told that they have to change the world for the better. And each Selisao does it in their own way. But I didn't choose Kuroha because I liked her. Quite honestly, she was one of those characters that drove me nuts in the very beginning. Because all she was doing when we first saw her was she was going after guys and she was cutting off their Johnnies. Yeah, that's what she was doing. Sure, that's one way to make the world a better place by getting rid of the scum of the earth, but at the same time, you can do so much more with that kind of money. You really could do so much more. So I would just love to be her for 24 hours so that I have that ability and I can fix the world around me. I would really just love to do that. That's why I play the lottery, because I would just love to win it big and just do so much with that money. I really would. I would build up a new animal shelter because we desperately need one here in my county. And we're currently doing a fundraiser for that. So I would love to just have all that kind of money, give it to them, build this giant facility that would meet our needs for many, many years to come. And then go out and help other charities, go and cure cancers and other things. I would just love to have that ability for 24 hours so that I can make a difference. That is why I chose her. And the second person I chose was more for a romantic reason. I chose Pan from Dragon Ball GT. Now again, I don't really like Pan. I felt that she was kind of annoying. But the reason why I chose her was because she's around Trunks all the time. And Trunks was the first anime character that I really had a crush on. I know, it's weird, but I really liked his character, and she gets to be around him all the time, so I would love to just be around him for 24 hours. That's just me. Here's the second question. It's a zombie apocalypse, and you find yourself locked in a basement with 3 anime characters. Who would you want them to be, and why? Now, I chose these characters mainly for necessity. I didn't choose them because I want them to keep me company. I chose them just in case the zombies were able to get through the basement door and they were coming after us. That's why I chose these characters. So the first person that I chose was Takizawa, and he is also from Eden of the East and also has the same ability to get anything done with a touch of a button. So I would love to be him, to have him there, because all he has to do is be like, okay, Janice, there are zombies in here, could you get rid of them? And voila, they be gone. So that's one person I would want to have. The second person is Sesshomaru. Again, for the same reason. He can open up a portal to the netherworld, suck all the zombies in, and we'd be fine. That's another thing. Of course, you have to be careful with that because you could also get sucked in at the same time, so I would probably be holding on to Sesshomaru. Yeah, another man crush right there. And the last person that I would love to have in there is Minato from Naruto. Again, if the other 2 fail to get rid of the zombies, grab onto Minato and poof, we're somewhere else. Of course, he would have to touch something with his seal first, but hopefully he did that ahead of time. So those are 3 people that I would like to have with me. Question number 3. Which 2 fellow anime community members would you want to be by your side in the basement as you wait to be rescued? Now, again, this is really hard because like a lot of people in the anime community, some are not on YouTube. I don't know if that counts. Can I go outside of that? I'm just gonna stick with the people of YouTube. Okay, so the first person would be Brit because, well, Brit's awesome and she has a martial arts background, so she could beat the crap out of zombies if they decide to come in and get us. Yeah. And the other person, I don't know. I'm kind of tossed up between two people right now. I would either want Terrell, which is the insane game freak, or Dylan. I don't want to leave Dylan out there by himself, but Dylan would have the support of my other anime friends, Tara-chan and Shi-chan and everybody else, so I don't think the zombies would be able to get him. But the reason why I picked Terrell was because I want someone funny around, you know, just to liven up the environment, you know, give us something to uplift our spirits. So I don't know, God! I'm gonna go with the insane game freak. I'm sorry, Dylan. I'm sorry. I didn't want to leave you out there with the zombies, but my friends are gonna take good care of you, I promise. Question number 4. Which anime characters would be your best friend? Which would be your mortal enemy? My enemy is easy. My mortal enemy would be Sasuke, and the only reason why I say Sasuke is my mortal enemy is because he killed Itachi. Itachi is my current anime boyfriend, and I'm just pissed off that he killed his brother. I know he didn't know anything about his brother's past at the time, but still I can't forgive him for it. So Sasuke would be my enemy. As for my best friends, one would be Amu from Shugachara, because the two of us are just totally alike. We don't really know what we want to do with our lives, and she'd just be cool to hang out with. And I think the other person would be Toru Honda from Fruits Basket. Again, we have a lot in common, and we both love cats. We both love Kyo. That might turn into a love triangle. I may want to rethink that one. Question number 5. Which villain / evildoer do you secretly admire? Now, again, like Britt said, there is no secret about me admiring these characters, because I have a thing for bad guys. I really do. I fall in love with bad guys all the time. Every single time I watch a new anime series, I'm like, oh my god, that guy's hot. What happens? He's a bad guy. I was like, oh, okay. So, the one character that I would say I admire, but not secretly, would probably be Madara Uchiha. He's just a badass all the way around. He's like a god. I mean, you can't go wrong with the guy. You really can't go wrong with him. So, I guess I would go with Madara. Second choice would probably be Naraku. I have this thing with him. I hate him one minute, and the next minute, I'm like all over him. I really don't know how I feel about Naraku, but he'd probably be the second person. Yeah. Next question. Who are your top 2 favorite anime pairings or ships? It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be partners in crime, best friends, etc. I think I'm just going to stick with canon stuff only because I am notorious for my yaoi shipping. I really am. I put characters together all the time. So I'm just going to stick with canon stuff. So, my favorite pairing of Naruto that's canon is Naruto and Hinata. I think those two are perfect for one another. Even though they're totally oblivious pretty much most of the time, they're absolutely perfect for one another. Hinata's always been watching Naruto, and Naruto point blank said right before the Chunin exams, I like someone like you. And then Hinata made that confession when she was facing pain. So you know there's a mutual attraction there, so I definitely would go with Naruto and Hinata. They are perfect, and God, Kishimoto, put them together! Put them together. Make it official. Make it official. I would love for that. And the second pairing that I really liked is Toru and Kyo from Fruits Basket. Again, a match made in heaven. Toru loves cats, and Kyo happened to know her when she was little. It was a romance from the beginning. You should have seen that coming. You really should have seen that coming. A lot of times in anime, best friends or friends from childhood, they hook up sometime, and they did in the manga. That is canon. It didn't happen in the anime, though it was kind of hinted there, but it wasn't really done in the anime because they didn't finish the manga at the time, but it did happen at the end of the manga. So, Toru and Kyo, gotta love it. Question number 7. If you could change the ending to an anime you watched, which one would it be and why? Quite honestly, I can't think of one anime series where I would say the ending definitely needs to change. I really can't think of one off the top of my head. Because one of two things usually happen in my experience. One, the anime feels incomplete only because the manga is continuing. And the anime was going so fast that they weren't able to give us the right ending. Or two, they deliberately left it that way because they can't tell you every single thing that's going to happen to these characters until they die. So I really can't say that there's one anime ending that I would definitely change. I do, however, agree with Britt. I think that they could have done something different with the end of Endless Waltz. I saw that movie and I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I probably would have killed off Hiro as well, because it seemed like the perfect opportunity to kill him. I mean, it was perfect. I had no reason to kill anyone else. Falls, dies. It would have worked out amazing, but they didn't do that, so it kind of did him a little injustice, but that's probably the only ending I would probably change, just because of that. Next question. An alien race invades Earth. Which anime would you give to their leader in order to better understand humans and humanity? Again, that's such a tough one, because, I mean, where do you want to go with it? I mean, you want to show them people's ability to love one another? Do you want to show them just how humanity is in general? It's really difficult, but I think I'd probably go with Gundam 00 just because that was the whole entire message behind the anime series, is trying to understand one another. So I, again, agree with Britt on this one. Can't come up with anything original. Gee whiz. Next question. Using the title of an anime series you've seen, what would you call the story of your life? I think I would go with Living for the Day After Tomorrow. I think that's the title I would go with. Because, I don't know, I'm not really living for today. I'm living for the future. Everything that I do is for a future purpose. So I think that's what I would go with. Now and Then, Here and There would also be another good title, because I definitely have changed over time. You know, back in the past, I was this really shy kid. You know, I couldn't really talk to people. You know, I felt awkward and all that stuff. I may have been happier then, maybe, because sometimes I'm kind of depressed nowadays. So I don't know, those would be the two ones that I would choose, but I think Living for the Day After Tomorrow would be the title of my story. And the last question, if you had to kill off a character from one of your favorite animes, and you can't choose a villain because that would be too easy, who would it be? The first character that popped into my head was Kaname from Vampire Knight. Kaname is a cool character and all, but I want Yuki to end up with Zero. I think they were just a better pair. I mean, I've continued with the manga, and I know how Yuki and Kaname's relationship is going, but I think I probably would have killed off Kaname. Just because he's such a dick sometimes. I think that's probably why I would have killed him. I mean, he's a gorgeous-ass character, but I think I would do that just to get rid of that love triangle and finally get Yuki with Zero and... Yes. So, that is my Leave Me Alone, I'm watching anime tag. I hope you guys enjoyed this. As for who I'm going to tag, I'm going to leave it kind of open because Britt pretty much tagged everyone that I was going to tag. Except for Two's Lover. I'm going to tag you. I don't think you did this one yet. So, I'm going to tag you. And I'm going to tag anybody else who feels like doing this. So, if you want to do a video, feel free. Leave it as a video response. I would love to see it. And that is all for me today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.